On this episode of Hitch Hiking with the Harveys, Nelson, Monty and I go for a drive just outside Lahaina to watch the whales play. The guys head to Oahu to visit Punchbowl's Crater Memorial Cemetery. They head to Pearl Harbor and check out some stunning views in the area. We also take you with us on our adventures through Mokuleia Bay before ending the episode at the highest point on Maui and check out a unique sunset at Haleakala. Man, do you ever feel on the top of the world here. So come hitch a ride with us on part 2 of our trip to Maui.
I'm still a little sick. Nelson's starting to get sick. We're hoping that Nelson doesn't get too sick because tomorrow you're going to Oahu.
Yep.
Yeah.
With my dad, one of our neighbors, and
My dad. And they're going to be doing a big tour and it's going to be super awesome. Anyway, so we're just driving around because we dropped off the parental units, i.e. Nelson's parents are going right now. They're on a whale watching tour on a sail catamaran, and that's going to be awesome.
Right off the highway, either south of Lahaina or north of Kihei, which is where we were staying on Maui. There's this pullout and you can park there. People were spending the afternoon there. We were just buying some time before the parental units were done from their whale watching tour. And of course we got our own little whale watching site. As January, February are the mating seasons, there's a lot of whales trying to attract those females, and there's definitely a lot of flirting going on that day. The next day, the guys got up super early, made it to the airport, and flew over from Maui to Honolulu, where they spent the day immersed in history and stunning views. After breakfast, they decided to wander around the Sheraton of Waikiki and also headed to the beaches because, well, you got to see Diamond Head. The National Memorial Cemetery at the Pacific is a national cemetery located at Punchbowl Crater in Honolulu, Hawaii. It serves as a memorial to honor those men and women who have served in the United States Armed Forces and those who have been killed in doing so. More than 13,000 soldiers and sailors who gave their ultimate sacrifice during World War II have been laid to rest in Punchbowl Crater. Shortly after, they made a quick stop at the Pacific Fleet Submarine Museum. They took some photos, including the bowfin. It wouldn't be a trip to Oahu without going to Pearl Harbor. The USS Missouri was second of the Marine-class battleships, displacing 13,500 tons of water when fully loaded, and equipped with 4 12-inch and 16 6-inch guns. In 1907, she circumnavigated the globe as part of the Great White Fleet, a 46,000-mile voyage of 16 U.S. Atlantic Fleet battleships painted a peacetime white. In line for some Missouri snacks, but about 2 decades late. Pearl Harbor Aviation Museum is a non-profit founded in 1999 to develop an aviation museum in Hawaii. Part of a vision for a rebirth of Ford Island, the museum hosts a variety of aviation exhibits with a majority relating directly to the attack on Pearl Harbor and World War II.
Well, here we are at the Pali Lookout. Last time I was here it was pretty windy, so we'll see what the breeze looks like today. If I remember correctly, this is where King Kamehameha pushed all his opponents over the cliff so he could be king. We are right here.
Just a 5-mile drive northwest of downtown Honolulu, the Nua'uani Pali Lookout offers panoramic views of the cliffs and lush windward coast. Just as sunset was hitting, the guys actually pulled over to the Lanai Lookout, located just off the highway on the island of Oahu.
Oh, there you go. That was a good one, yeah. Whoa! Awesome!
On a separate day, we decided to go and check out sunset at Haleakala, but to get there, it takes a bit of a drive, but it's very scenic, and we ended up stopping in a place that none of us had been to before. Right off the side of Highway 30, you emerge into a jungle of vine and moss-covered trees with a variety of shades of green in every direction. You truly felt like you were in some sort of Jungle Books type story where Tarzan was going to come take you away. The trail ends at the rocky beach of Honolulu Bay, where you can enjoy the views of the island Molokai in the distance. It's a really short trail, but we actually did spend quite a bit of time here. I'd say we took about an hour here. It's really important that when you're on island time that you just drive, and whenever you feel so inspired to pull over, because sometimes you get some of the most amazing views. And we made it to Haleakala, which means House of Sun. Did you know that Haleakala is approximately 30,000 feet tall and taller than Mount Everest by 675 feet?
Well, here we are at the top of Haleakala. 10,000, I think it's 23 feet. There's the observatory. Apparently that right there is a U.S. military installation working with one of the universities to track every man-made object in orbit. That's kind of cool. They say it's 3,000 plus objects. So Kim was right. This basically looks like Mars. There's no growth up here at this altitude. But that's the top right there with that little hut. Way over there, you can see it, is the big island at between, I think it's 13 or 14,000 feet above sea level. And that's the Haleakala crater. Watch the clouds come in.
Even if you do sunset, come early because parking is very limited, and wear your warmest clothes. Regardless of sunrise or sunset, the cost is $30 per vehicle, but in my opinion, very, very worth it. Thanks for hitching a ride with us for part 2 of our trip to Maui. Stay tuned for that final part because we got a lot left to share with you guys. On our final episode of our Maui vacation, we take you with us to the Grand Wailea Resort for some amazing views and some entertainment. Nelson and his parents decide to go do the road to Hana and make plenty of stops to check out all of the green and all of the beautiful waterfalls. And while on these little hikes, Nelson found a little cave and became a hobbit and went into the underworld. Thank you so much for watching, and we hope you'll all hitch a ride with us for part 3 of our Maui vacation. Aloha.